Hey y'all, welcome to another speed build. My name is Asimir, and today we're building a tiny modern tropical home. I'm not quite sure what I want to name it yet, but before we get into the video, if you're new, if you're returning, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like, and comment. I love comments, and I usually try and respond to everybody. Alright, so you guys, we know that The Sims 4 announced The Sims 4 Tiny Living, and ever since I heard about it, ever since I watched the trailer, I've been super excited to do a tiny build just to like prep for the new game pack that we're getting. So I don't usually build tiny homes. I really always think that I want to build one, and then I end up building something that's way too big, or something that ends up being bigger than I expected, or what I wanted to do. Anyway, I think this is probably the smallest house that I've ever built in The Sims 4. It's really crazy because I was expecting it to be like a smaller build, or take me a shorter amount of time, I should say. But this ended up taking me forever. And again, I think it's because I was overthinking it, but I really, really love the way it ended up looking. And when I watch videos, or when I watch speed builds to be specific, I usually watch tiny homes, and I always envy people who are able to do it. Most specifically, Miss Griffey. I really love her channel, and she's really good at those. So I decided, why not try and do it, especially since we're getting a game pack that commemorates that. So as you can tell, I've already started. I've already built like the main face of the house. I was going for a modern look. I'm obsessed with modern. If you can't tell by now, if you watch my other videos, I think the other two were pretty modern. Anyway, enough rambling. So for the front, I really wanted to keep it simple, and I really wanted to try out this walkway. I usually use like a concrete slab and just kind of do a design for the front walkways to the houses that I build. But for this one, I really wanted like a destroyed rock look. And that's really only because I was building in Sulani, and this house is really meant to be in Sulani. So I'm thinking like maybe the rain or the waves or just the weather in general withered away at the rock and it looks destroyed. So I think it ended up looking cute, and I might actually start using that in some other houses that I build in the future. But I also thought the bike was a good addition for Sulani. It's perfect. I know that it's supposed to be like a university thing, but I think in Sulani there shouldn't be any cars. If we're keeping it like environmentally friendly, the bike is the best option. I know you're probably wondering what that bucket is on the left side of the house. And I was thinking that in this house, it's an environmentally friendly person who lives there, and maybe they collect rainwater to use for, like, I don't know, watering their plants, or I don't know, taking showers, because that is possible. And so yeah, they just have that bucket there for that. It really isn't a bucket, really, is it? It's more like a container. But anyway, you guys get the point. And then they have their boat in the back. Is it really a boat? A canoe? Whatever. That's their mode of transportation. And otherwise, they just bike around or walk around. But I hope you guys like that. So I almost made this house black and white, and it took everything in me not to do that. So I went with a brown look because it's Sulani. Again, everything is kind of brown, rusty, light colors. So I went with this dark brown color, and I couldn't help myself. So I think there's still a lot of white and darker colors in this house, but it's okay. I think it ended up looking fine. And for the outside, I didn't really do a lot of landscaping. You're probably wondering what why I put the shower outside, but I'm thinking maybe since they live right across from the ocean, they go into the ocean, and before going inside the house, they rinse off. So I put that outdoor shower there. I really, really, really like that The Sims 4 gave us a standalone shower. I've been using it in every single build. Anyway, back to landscaping. So there's already a lot of vegetation going on around, and even outside of the plot of the house itself. So I didn't want to add too much. I did add a lot of palm trees in the backyard because I didn't want to make a backyard, and I just kind of like the whole natural aspect. So here we're going into the inside of the house. I had an idea of how I wanted the floor plan to be. I really wanted the bedroom area to be open to the living area, so there aren't a lot of walls in this. And like I mentioned before, I'm imagining like a sim who has a conservation career. I've actually never played with it, but I had that sim in mind when I was building this. So a conservationist lives in this house, and they have a little storage room where they keep all their, I don't know, scuba gear and whatnot. But everything else is pretty open. The bathroom is pretty small, but yeah, there aren't too many walls. I also didn't use a lot of curtains because I like the natural lighting of Sulani. I feel like it's honestly the best world we've gotten with The Sims 4. Despite the, like lack of actual gameplay, I think the world itself is really beautiful. So the open windows were a really good addition for this house. And I didn't put curtains on them. I left them open. So there's a lot of natural lighting and it like hits the living room and the kitchen. And I like that a lot. Have y'all ever actually thought about living in a home, or maybe some of you guys have homes like this, or live in homes like this, but have y'all ever thought about actually living in a house that has big, huge windows everywhere like that? I think when I was younger, I really fantasized about it and how like pretty it would make your house look. But the older I get, the more paranoid I've become. So I kind of live vicariously through The Sims 4, and I don't know, in Sulani, it wouldn't really make sense to make a house that didn't have huge windows, at least in my opinion. It's so pretty. The lighting, especially at like sunset, is gorgeous, and it makes everything that you've put in the house like really shine and stand out. So I just had to do it. Anyway, maybe it's not really realistic, but I think that's the point of The Sims 4. So I hope you guys like that. So we're working in the kitchen, and for the kitchen, I really wanted to have a window above the sink. I don't know why. I think even in real life, I would love my house to have a window above the kitchen sink. So I found the perfect window, this window right here, and I think I end up putting like a plant over it. It's just really, really cute, and it just fits that whole like conservationist, is that the I don't even know if that's a real word, conservationist theme that I was working towards. So it's really cute. I put like hanging plants over it, and it really adds to the theme I was going for. I didn't want to add windows everywhere else in the house though, since I have that focal point right next to the door where there are like a billion windows. I really restricted the amount of windows I used, and I think it ended up being fine. I always struggle with windows, but I put in like 3 other windows outside of the ones in the front, so I think that was okay. I really wanted to use the kitchen counters we got with Sulani, but I love these counters, and I love the shelves that come with them, but I'm so sad that they did not give us more color options. I think they're like maybe 10 color options, and there's like a black and a white and the light wood colors. And then there's this red wood color that I used to begin with. I think I end up changing it, but I really wish they had just given us one other wood color that's a little brown, because like we have one that's a yellowish color, one that's like a whitish color, and this red color, but there's not a true brown, and that just really makes me sad. I don't know. I feel like the color options we have in a lot of the really good furniture in The Sims 4, especially Island Paradise, is just lacking, and I wish they would give us, or at least let us have a color wheel like we had in The Sims 3. But anyway, that's a conversation for a whole other video. I didn't know what to put in the front of the, like, when you walk into the house. So I think I started off with this dining area thing, but I think I ended up changing it to a desk area because I realized at the end that I didn't have a working station. So that gets changed. So I always like hear a lot of like things that people want in The Sims 4, or like that they wish The Sims 4 would add in like in the future or whatever. But do you guys have anything that you guys really like that The Sims 4 has added in the last, like, I don't know, 3 expansion packs or game packs that we've had? I feel like Discover University is probably one of my favorite for CAS, Create a Sim. They have so many cute clothes, and I think Island Paradise, not Island Paradise, I don't know, that's The Sims 3, but Island Living, I should say, had a lot of good furniture, especially for the kitchen. But I think the drawback is just that color thing. Otherwise, I really like that waterfall look for the counters where you put the stools. And I really wish they would add more things like that. I don't really know what's going to be in Tiny Living. I've really restricted myself from seeing a lot of the things that are posted on Twitter or stuff that's been posted on YouTube. I know they just had a live stream, and I was initially going to watch it, but I changed my mind because I kind of want to be surprised. I don't want to have like any expectations. I think a lot of the time whenever we hear about what's coming out, or we see like the little sneak peeks of what's coming out, we tend to like make assumptions or like kind of have like expectations of what we want to see, and then when the actual game comes out, you're kind of disappointed. So I just told myself I'm not gonna watch anything, and hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised when it comes out. I did see though that they had what are they called? They're not bunk beds, although I know that everybody in the Sims community is asking for bunk beds. The beds that lift up and kind of like close into the wall, and I'm super excited about that. I'm pretty sure that like screamed when I saw that. That is amazing for small build. Anyway, I'm pretty excited regardless. From the little that I have seen on Twitter from like sneak peeks and stuff, I think it's going to be pretty cool, especially for people that prefer to build smaller homes and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know down below if like how excited you guys are for that, and what would you have rather the Sims or EA put out. Is it coming out this month? I'm not sure, but anyway, what would you guys have rather had them come out with instead of a tiny living stuff? Oh my gosh, I've been rambling so much that I haven't even been talking about the build. But anyway, right here I'm working on the broom area, and initially I was doing this for one person, like one person that lives here, but I guess why not make them be a couple maybe? I don't know. I mean, they could still be one person. The double bed doesn't mean that it has to be two people, but yeah, so I went ahead and put a double bed in there, and then I went around trying to figure out what paintings I wanted to use all over the house, and I went for these debug items of photographs that you can take when you scuba dive, and it really kind of fit with my like story theme thing of conservationist. Maybe they scuba dive and they go in and take pictures, and I think I actually end up putting a camera on the dresser to kind of like represent that. And so yeah, they take the pictures and they come back and they kind of put it all around their house. I thought that was pretty cute, and I hope you guys like that. I really messed around with the floor for this build. It really took me a long time, and I think I actually I worked on this for maybe a day and a half. I could have done it in a day, honestly, but I was doing other stuff at the same time. And I think the second day I came back, I chose this floor color. And I think the second day I came back and changed it to something that we actually got with Island Living. And I think I ended up liking that better, but I really struggled. And then I really didn't like that the walls were still white, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I think that day I just stuck on putting clutter and making it look lived in. It really has a way of like tying everything together and making it look like it's a real house. Before I started really building in The Sims 4, I used to just play the game, and my homes that I would put my Sims in, they were really either the ones that come with the game itself, or I would make like a really weird, ugly house and there was like no carpet, no clutter or anything. And I just, looking at the houses that I make now, I can't actually believe that I used to play in those houses. And I think it's by watching other people build on YouTube that I actually started really liking building. And lately it's really all I've been doing is building. I don't think we got not Island Paradise, because I did play with Island Paradise, but we got Discover University recently, and I still have not like played the entire game. Like, and what I mean by play the entire game, like I haven't explored everything that you can do in Discover University itself. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why I just put that in there, but yeah, just now you guys saw me put stuff in the storage room that I was talking about. So that's maybe where they keep their scuba gear, maybe other tools that they need for gardening, or other stuff that they use at their job, that whatever conservatists use. I don't actually know what I'm trying to say, but whatever he or she uses at their job, they put it in there. And yeah, and I figured you cannot have somebody who loves the environment live in this house without putting flowers and plants everywhere. So I went around and added some cute little plants everywhere, some magazines. I just realized that I keep saying Island Paradise and it's Island Living. I don't know, I guess my brain is just stuck on Sims 3 because I absolutely loved Island Paradise in The Sims 3. So sorry about that. I just realized that I keep saying that. But anyway, I like that in the storage room I added the little like destroyed wall stuff. I don't know. I feel like I don't actually ever get to use that, and whenever I do like a storage room or like an unfinished room in homes now, I like to add that to make it just kind of look unfinished. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Let me know whenever you guys use that, cuz I can't actually think of any other time that I would do that unless I'm doing like a renovation thing and I want to do like a before and after. I don't actually see when I would need to do that. But anyway, it looks like I already changed the floor and I really like this flooring better. I found another outdoor thing and I thought maybe that would look better, but I stuck with the one that I already had, and I finally figured out that figured out what I wanted to do about all the white walls. So I brought like some of the wood from outside inside. At first I thought maybe it looked too woody, and I started playing around with the kitchen counters colors and the carpet, and I just really couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And I really liked this orange carpet. It's actually one of my favorite carpets in The Sims. I don't actually know what pack it's coming from, but anyway, so you can see me like messing around with the colors, trying to figure out what's too light and what's too dark. And I almost just went ahead and did it black and white, but I fought my instincts, because black and white are my favorite color schemes in this game. I fought my instincts and I just tried to match the kitchen with this carpet. I don't know, it just goes back to the whole like needing more color swatches. I really, really, really hope that that's an update we get soon. I really miss that color wheel that we had in The Sims 3. I think it just made everything so convenient and allowed creators in The Sims 4 to be more creative with their builds. I would hope that that's what they want, at least from us, is to have like maximum capability to be creative. But anyway, I think the final thing that I'm going to show is how I do the bathroom. It's very, very simple. I'm actually contemplating not filming the bathrooms that I do anymore because they're not really special. And unless I'm doing like a cool shower thing, I'm probably not going to be filming that anymore or any longer. But I added that shower that we got from Island Living. I almost said Island Paradise again. And I thought it fit better than like a standard shower. Added a cute little rug, and I think that's about it for the bathroom. I think it ended up looking okay. I really struggled finding a not wallpaper, tile that I wanted, and I think I end up just using the tile, the backsplash that I use in the kitchen in the bathroom. I think it's been a couple days, so I don't remember very well, but let me know if you guys like that kitchen backsplash. I thought it was pretty cute. So after putting in the ventilation at the top of the house and everything, I think that's coming up to the end of the video here. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe, and come back for more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.